Hello guys, welcome to DevFusion Mastery. So today again I'm going to share AWS EC2 interview question third part, and in that we'll discuss about EC2 versus Lambda, different type of instance family, ALB and ALB versus NLB, and we'll discuss about CloudWatch monitoring, and at last as a bonus we'll discuss about Bastion host. Okay, so without any delay let's get started. So the first question will be what is the difference between EC2 and Lambda? So everyone will know EC2 is uh, virtual server, but Lambda is like serverless. We can use as a server, but that will be like serverless. Okay. So let's go with definition. So if we talk about EC2, virtual machine, yeah, it's a like basic virtual machine. We have to manage OS, we have to manage patching and scaling, and it's suitable for long running applications. As we know, Lambda can run only max to max 15 minutes. After that, it will not. Okay. So it can support only 15-minute running application. So we can use Lambda for short term. So let's go with Lambda. So it's like a serverless service. No server management requirement AWS can manage this part, and it's like event driven execution. This is very important point in terms of Lambda, because let's say you wanted to do some backend functionality whenever some data is pushing to S3 bucket. In this case you can integrate Lambda with S3 bucket, and we can execute Lambda with S3 object put event driven. Okay. And it's like pay only when code run. So if we talk about use cases, so EC2, like using EC2, we can run our web servers, databases, and long running application. And with Lambda, we can process file processing, we can do some automation, we can do API backends. So today only I have shared one serverless project, as today is Sunday. So you can check that part. That is also very interesting project. You can check it my playlist, playlist. And this using Lambda, we can do some scheduled task. So if we talk about interview summary, EC2 means we can server we can manage the complete server management required. Like we have to manage server management. And if we talk about Lambda, so no need to manage anything. It's like fully managed serverless service. Let's move to the next question. What are the difference instance family? This is like very basic and general question. You may get in multiple interview, because I also get these questions like what kind of instance family we have in EC2 and what is the purpose for that. So generally, if we are working for web application and small databases, in this case we can use general purpose. Like we have uh, T series family, we have M series family. So these all are general purpose. But if we talk about CPU optimized, so we can use compute optimized, example C5, C6i, and we can talk about use cases. For compute optimized, it will be like high CPU workload, and we can go with batch processing wherever like high CPU needed. And third will be memory optimized. So sometimes we need more memory for some SAP related project or Redis related project, and some in-memory databases. So in this case, we can go with R series or X1 series. And last one, storage optimized. So you can see i3, we have D2. Like in D series, we will get instance store as well. In that, like that will work as a you can say cache in the server. So this is like storage optimized instance type. And you can see use cases. It's like we can use with big data and data warehouse. So let's move to the next question. How does application load balancer work? So application load balancer distribution traffic is like application balancer can distribute the traffic across multiple EC2 instance. Okay. And if we talk about feature, so it's running on layer 7, It's like it can give the facility for the host-based routing, path-based routing, and we can use SSL termination also. So let's talk about example. So how the workflow will go, like from user to EC2. So user can hit the application load balancer endpoint. You can say URL, which is provided by application load balancer, and in backend, application load balancer can connect with group of target group, and in the target group this EC2 will registered, and the benefit will be like high availability, fault tolerance, and scalability. So for this application load balancer, I wanted to show you this part, like how we can integrate. Let me show you. Let me go to AWS console. Yeah, so I already logged in AWS console. Let me go to EC2. I hope there will be some instance. Yeah, one instance is running. What we can do, I'm not going to test any application, but let me create basic target group and we'll attach it and we'll see. As of now, it's like new application, nothing is running in that. So we'll see like how we can just attach it. So first of all, like we have to create target group. Click on target group, create target group. So we wanted to use instance because we have EC2. We can keep target group like web server, and we can go with port 80. So we can keep VPC default, and this is fine. Target optimizer not required. Next, here we can include this, include as pending below. You can see this is like review target, and this is like our instance. I'm just assuming our application is running on port 80. Okay, create target group. So you can see this will be unhealthy because no application is running on port 80, but I'm just showing you like how we can integrate our EC2 with ALB with the help of target group. Now our target group is ready. Let's go to application load balancer. So this time I'm going to create application load balancer. We can keep basic name, web server, and I'm keeping internet facing, and I will keep all networking part default, and keeping default security group, and port will be 80 for listener, and then we can choose target group. Okay, so we have already created web server name target group. Just select it and let's create load balancer. Okay, we have to select this part, all subnets. Now create load balancer. So you can see how our listener and rules is created, and you can see network mapping, sorry, resource map. Here you will see application is running on port 80. You can see the DNS name. So if you copy this and you can uh, open in browser, it will work, but as of now there is no application running in my instance, so it will not run. You can see listener is running on port 80, and we have like rule forward to target group, and in that target group we have registered our EC2. So this is the way like basic we can um, attach our EC2 with application load balancer. Okay, so let's move to the next question. What is the difference between ALB and NLB? So as we know, ALB means application load balancer, and this will work at layer 7. It can route HTTP, HTTPS traffic, and it can work with based host based and path based routing. Example will be slash API can go to server A, slash admin can go to server B. In the same application load balancer, we can create multiple route with multiple target group. In in NLB means network load balancer, it can work at layer 7, and it can serve the traffic TCP and UDP, and like this is very fast compared to ALB, and this can run on ultra low latency and support static IP also. So if we talk about interview summary, will be like ALB means smart routing and NLB means high performance networking. Let's move to the next question. How do you monitor EC2 instance? So we have multiple way to monitor EC2 instance. First will be Amazon CloudWatch. We can check matrices, CPU utilization, memory utilization, disk utilization, network traffic. So there is one thing, for default you will get CPU utilization, but for memory utilization you have to install one package in server like Linux and Windows. The name will be like AWS CloudWatch application. So that part like we have to install, then only we can get this memory utilization and disk utilization. Okay. So common monitoring flow will be like CloudWatch metrics, and based on the metrics we can configure alarm, and on top of we can set some SNS notification. And you can see real-time example. If CPU exceed 80%, CloudWatch can CloudWatch can trigger some alarm, and based on that like we'll get some email notification and we can check it immediately. Benefit will be proactive monitoring, faster troubleshooting, and auto scaling integration. Yeah, definitely. So we can using this CloudWatch monitoring, we can manage our auto scaling integration. How? So if let's say like our CPU exceeding 80% in this case, based on the auto scaling integration, we can increase the EC2 instance to manage the traffic. This is next question. You can say it's a bonus question. So what is the Bastion host? So earlier we have already discussed about this Bastion host. So in Azure we have dedicated service regarding Bastion, but in AWS we don't have such Bastion host service, but we can create with our EC2 instance. So let's say you can see first definition. A Bastion host is a public EC2 instance used to used to securely access private EC2 instance. Okay, like how it will work. Let's say we have two subnets. One is private, one is public. So in public subnet we will create one EC2 with public IP, so that from outside we can easily log in, and using that server we can log in all private instance. In that like we don't have private public IP. So like this we can save our complete environment. You can see the architecture. Let's say we have admin laptop. So using public IP we can log in with Bastion host. In that we can uh, like from Bastion host only we can log in with our all private EC2. So there will be no direct connect from outside to private EC2. Use like when we can use, servers are in private subnet, and it like direct SSH access is restricted. In this case, we can use this Bastion host. So thank you guys. Please support me, like and subscribe.